Welcome back, everyone, except for Elias, to the No Sabo podcast. You got me, Ivories, and
John.
Because we show up. You know what I'm saying?
I think Ivories is a little
We're
upset.
a little, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm a little frustrated. I'm not going to lie. But we're not talking about that today. Right, John?
We'll talk about the next episode when Elias is here. And then Ivories can forget what happened.
Oh, I never forget.
Yeah, but we decided to do a quick episode because we've been on the roll for the past. I think we've only missed maybe once or twice.
Yeah, we've been pretty good. So that's why I was like, well, it's super last minute. We can't really expect to get a last minute guest. And so that's why I was like, John, let's just do a quick 30, you know?
And then there's no one here at the office either.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Es que no quieren trabajar.
You just brought up, though.
Yeah, I was just telling John, I'm like, if you're down, let's talk about the shooting. And he didn't even know about it.
I didn't even see it. I feel like.
So it happened yesterday, right?
Yeah,
was it yesterday?
It said the 27th. Yeah, it did happen yesterday.
It happened yesterday. Yeah. It's wild out here, man. It's so sad, And when I was watching it, it was in the morning. And I was scrolling on TikTok and stuff. And it was in the morning when my kids are getting ready and we're waiting for the bus. And as they are waiting for their bus and one of them goes earlier than the next one and stuff. So in between then is when I was like, what the heck? And people were on live, the news and all of that. And it happened early in the morning. Right? In Minneapolis is where it happened?
So it says here it happened. It doesn't give me a time. It just says yesterday at the, I don't know how to pronounce that, Annunciacion Catholic Church and School. South Minneapolis. It says here that there were two children from the ages 8 and 10 were killed and 17 were injured.
17?
Mostly children. A few elderly parishioners were also struck.
Because when I was watching it, the live feeds and stuff, I think at the time it was 12 injured and then the 2 that had passed.
Oh, damn.
But I think the shooter himself also died.
Yeah, it says here that the suspect died at the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot
wound.
So
él se mató. Right.
No officers fired their weapons at the suspect.
Yeah.
And then the motive, they're still investigating. Authorities are reviewing videos and writings attributed to the suspect.
So I did see a video, and I guess take this with a grain of salt because, it's TikTok, it's online, whatever. Pero según que la mamá del vato worked at that school. I don't know if she still worked there or if she just worked there in the past. I'm not sure. Pero también, I guess, I don't know if it was the day before or days prior, he had an 11-minute video of him talking about all his weapons. And there's there was a screenshot of him in magazines with he wrote on the magazines stuff. But I didn't I didn't want to click on it and read the post or anything because I'm just it's so sad,
Yeah, because it says that he fired dozens of rounds through the church's windows from the outside.
Does it say how old he was?
He was 23.
It's crazy, huh?
So his name was Robin Westman.
¿Un qué? Un güero. ¿Un qué? Un americano. And yet we, the illegals, are criminals. Riddle me that. Make it make sense, por favor. Okay. Sorry, I'm on one today.
She's still bad, but other reasons. So you said several outlets report that the suspect's mother previously worked at the school.
Oh, so previously. But yeah, she worked
there. Secretary administrative assistant until 2021. But it has not been confirmed.
Oh, okay.
This is just what it says. Several outlets report
Isn't that
However, the police
wild?
briefings and city updates so far, MPD has not formally confirmed any family employment details on the suspects identifying the basis facts. Yeah, that is very sad because imagine like the school's supposed to be like your sanctuary to send your kids to go.
Yeah.
Do you think, I'm not gonna just like say like it's what, like maybe do you think it's a factor why a lot more people are homeschooling their kids nowadays?
Yeah. Because, I mean, how many school shootings have we had in the past decade?
Let's see.
You know? And yeah, I mean, it's scary. It's scary to think like you're. I'm getting emotional.
Remind me. Do you remember? Oh shoot. Okay, so here's the facts. 2018 there was 24 shootings. 2019 there was 24.
Are you serious? Per year?
Yeah, this is per year. 2020 was 10. 2021 was 35. 2022 was 51. 23 was 38. 24 was 39. And then
So it keeps going up.
to this date, August 27, 2025, there's been 8 incidents already recorded on the ongoing school year. So total from 2018 to 2024, there's been 181 shootings.
Isn't that insane?
All K through 12 post-secondary shootings, including non-fatal accidents. Yeah, dang, that is a lot. So
That's so
Wikipedia,
crazy.
this is Wikipedia's number year by year from 2015 to 2024. There's been 390 shootings. Dang, that is a lot.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, like, you know, when I was a kid, you never heard of that, right? And I mean, we're talking about the 90s. I don't know if there was school shootings then, you know? But yeah, definitely in the last few years, a lot more.
Do things like so you have children in your school? Do you think like events like this like make you want to homeschool them, or do you think?
I've considered it, but I've also taken into consideration the area that we're in. And I haven't felt like that urge of like I need to take them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would assume that like any parent gets the thought that crosses their mind, you know, of like
You drop them off safe.
pasa. Yeah, exactly, you know. Especially after all of these shootings and stuff. It's crazy. I mean, like at my kids' elementary school, so I only have one in elementary now. That's crazy, you know. But his elementary, it's surrounded by a cement wall, like cement walls all around. So I do feel really good and safe about where he's at, you know. But now that my other one is in middle school, that one's just kind of like out in the open, you know.
There's no resource officers in the middle schools.
I don't know. I think
wanna
there
say
are.
yes.
I think there are.
Just
Yeah.
because I never went to middle school here in Idaho Falls, but at least in Rocky Mountain, because I drive by every day, there's
Yeah.
always this resource officer there.
Yeah.
And then at the high school, obviously, there's also. But yeah, I feel like, so my little brother, when he went to school in elementary, it was like impossible to get in there.
Yeah.
Like you had to go and then they would buzz you in order to enter.
Well, it's still like that. Like,
Yeah.
well, at least at my kids' is elementary. Yeah, you go in through the first set of doors, and then the office is right there, and then they have to buzz you in to go inside. And then, like I said, the actual classrooms are inside this property that's surrounded by like cinder blocks or whatever. It's right by McCowan
Oh, okay.
Park or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I remember, I mean, schools back in Cali like way different, right? Like those are like hella gated up, and you got like police on little golf carts and stuff, and those were, I would imagine, a little harder to get into too, because they're heavily guarded. But
So I looked up how many school shootings have been in Idaho in the past 10 years, and there's only been one.
just the Rigby one.
Just the Rigby one where
Yeah.
3 were wounded. Do you remember that story?
And it just happened what year did it happen again?
2021.
2021. So that's crazy, right? Like just 4 years ago.
But I also remember when that happened, like the media kept it really hush. That did not make
Yeah.
national headlines at all.
Yeah, it did.
Did it?
Yeah, it
Because
did.
I remember that they didn't even give a statement.
No, they did. It did because I remember even my mother-in-law saw, and she lives in
Really?
California. So yeah,
I
she
swear.
did.
I swear. Let me see if they. So it says a 6th grade girl brought a handgun in her backpack and began shooting after school had just started. Okay, it did make it because it says here is ABC News.
Yeah.
3 people were wounded, 2 students, 1 girl, 1 boy were shot in the hallway, 1 adult, the janitor, was shot in the leg. All injuries were non-life-threatening.
So no fatalities.
No fatalities.
Okay.
It says, let me see if there says why she did it. Because I feel like that's
Pues
what
una niña, would you say 6?
this was a girl, a 6th grade girl.
Oh,
Yep.
6th grade. So she would have been like 11.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Like that type of thing is like, you have to think of their home life, right? Like what's going on in their home life, like what's going on in their personal life. Like obviously, I would think that any and all of these shooters, they have some kind of mental issue, right? Like they're going through something. I get that. But you can't compare an 11-year-old to a 23-year-old, you know?
Yeah.
Like those are 2 very different motives. I feel like a 11-year-old is probably just having a rough algo le pasó a esa niña, you know, and no estaba pensando. I honestly no sé. But an adult that chooses to go buy a weapon, makes videos or talks about
Like with a bad intent.
You know what I mean? With that intent, like that is like malicious intent. Like, come on. You know?
So this girl is actually going to be in juvie until she's 19.
Yeah.
And depending how she they said the word.
So she's been in juvie this whole time?
Yeah, until she turns 19, and then after that so it says here, she'll be in the Idaho Department of Juvenile Corrections until she's either turned 19 or was deemed rehabilitated. After release, she will be supervised probation for 36 months.
Dang.
So she could get out even sooner. But they actually also, I don't know if you knew this, but they also found a second backpack with another gun and 2 knives and a torch.
¿De esa niña?
The shooter denied involvement of any accomplices.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
But a few things that did come out of that, it says the event prompted widespread reflection and prompted improvements in school safety protocols. An official post considered review by Idaho School Safety outlined recommendations such as threat assessment teams, coordinated emergency response protocols, including school resource officers and staff communication tools. But I guess what's happened, says 4 years later, Rigby schools have emphasized human-centered safety measures, student-led hope squads, dads on duty, parent volunteers patrolling hallways, stronger reliance on counselors, and anonymous tip app over purely tech-driven surveillance. A new cell phone ban was implemented and increased real-world student interactions and emotional support. I wonder if they still have that. I'd be interested to ask someone that they go there. But then it doesn't tell me the reason. I wonder if anything ever came out. Okay, so it says here, the motive and evidence from released documents, the school's office and law enforcement initially stated that the motive was still under investigation. Later records unsealed by East Idaho News said they recovered a hit list and writings at her home that detailed her intentions. These documents are being withheld from public release because they're graphic and highly private, but they indicate that the shooter felt she had been bullied by other students and they had perceived mistreatment and fueled a desire to lash out. The document also mentions she had a plan to kill at least 20 and wound 40 to 60, suggesting disturbing level of intent. And authorities confirmed that they found makeshift explosive materials, including water bottles with string fuses, as well as multiple weapons. This is a 6th grade girl.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where is she getting all of this, all of these ideas, all of this information? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is wild. Wild, wild, wild. ¿Qué está pasando, dude?
Do you think at that point, is there any like consequences to the parents? Because like one, for example, if she could get hold of the guns, is okay. For example, at my home when I was with my parents, my mom did not allow guns in the house.
Yeah,
like, she would not let us buy any. And at some point, I feel like I don't know what might have turned on her. She allowed us to, but the amount of like safety that like they had to be locked up at all times and like not loaded, and it kind of made us like where I learned to handle guns very well was at my old job where it was all about weapons.
Yeah.
And like the amount of like someone that knows how to handle a weapon, like actually knows the amount of like respect they have towards the weapon and like the safety and thinking about others goes into it, really made me like, okay, you're not supposed to be afraid of these if you know how to control them, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And so like, yeah. So what makes me nervous is someone that doesn't know how to use a gun. I'll be around them because like anything can happen, accidents happen. But at least in my home, if I know people are coming over, I lock up my guns.
Right.
Like I trust myself and my wife, but I don't trust anybody else necessarily because I've never like, you know what I mean? And so like I feel like if I did my best, absolutely best, and had them locked up, and for some reason somehow someone still got into them, I don't think I should be held accountable. But if I'm careless and just have stuff there, I feel like there should be a level of responsibility, especially if this girl could have gotten a hold of 2 guns and nobody noticed. Like if someone got a hold of one of my guns, I would notice. And
so maybe like the parents too, like maybe they had all kinds of stuff, you know what I mean? Like because era guns and knives, y que sabe qué, right?
And she was trying to build explosives.
So it's like
so I just asked
if the parents didn't realize that they had missing weapons, like, ¿qué tanto tendrán?
So I just looked up to see if the parents got in trouble. And it says, I couldn't find anything credible or publicly available information suggesting the girl's parents were charged or held legally responsible in connection with the May 6th shooting. But it says, coverage from a reputable local and national news source, including ABC, The Guardian, and East Seattle News, said that details of the student's custody juvenile charges, but does not indicate any charges or legal consequence for the parents. In short, based on currently available reporting, the parents were not held in trouble for the incident, and they have not been publicly named as parties facing charges or legal scrutiny.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy, dude.
But I mean, like, I'm not going to say it's good, but like, imagine in the past 10 years, we've only had one incident.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I do, like, my mother-in-law works in the schools, and so does my sister-in-law. And she says that how to explain it so it doesn't sound... Basically, like, some of the kids nowadays, they just don't have respect. Yeah. And so, like, they think they can do anything and get away with anything. And, like, my mother-in-law said, like, they really can because they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Because if not, the parents can go ahead and not retaliate, but, like, be like, what the heck? And so does the state protect the kids a lot.
Yeah.
So you can't tell them anything, you can't do anything. There's no punishment for anything. And so...
then I think at that point, then we need to be holding the parents accountable.
Yeah.
If the kids cannot be disciplined and there's not going to be serious consequences for the kids, then it needs to fall on the parents.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Because, you know, I'm so proud of like my kids, and like whenever we've gone to parent teacher conferences, like the teachers have nothing but good things to say about my two boys.
Yeah.
And even though like at home they can be butts sometimes, like to hear when teachers are like, oh, your son is so respectful and your son is so caring and your son is, like he's willing to help out anybody and like they're so good kids, and it's like, what are these parents doing? What
Yeah.
are these other parents doing? Like, but you know what? It's like, it's how you are as well, how you act around your kids, because they're going to pick up on all that. So if you're a piece of shit person,
Yeah.
and I mean, don't get me wrong, like, do I curse? Does Michael curse and stuff? Yes. Do we curse at them? No. Right? And like they see too how we are. Like we talk about manners. They see us when we're out and about.
Yeah.
Like we always say please and thank yous. You know what I mean? And it's like we tell them, like, if you go to somebody else's house, you respect somebody else's house. You don't be running around jumping on people's beds. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
You say, can I please have this? Or you always say thank you. Like we teach them those values, and it's like it makes you think of like. I think when you're young, you don't really think about it until like you're older, and once your kids are a little older. Because right now you have a baby, so
Yeah.
it's like you're not there yet. But it's like we don't know how other people are raising their kids.
Yeah.
And like case in point, that little girl, it's like, how was she being raised?
Yeah.
Like 100%, I blame the parents on that. 100%.
Yeah, that one's very hard.
Ponle que maybe she has a mental issue or a mental disability. No sé. We don't know, right? Because it says that the stuff was sealed. But when you were like saying, like, oh, you were reading off that, oh, she was bullied. She had a list, get 40 to 60 people. I was like, oh, okay. Algo más hay ahí, So it's like, clearly the parents no le estaban poniendo atención. One, because it's like, if your child is going through something, like, you're going to notice. Like, if my kid gets home and he's, like, got an attitude or he's down, like, I know right away. And I'm like, hey, what's going on or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't just ignore him and just let it be, because then I think that's when those feelings fester,
Yeah, they get to like sit and like reminisce. I remember when I was young, and I never forget this, but I was probably in elementary school, and there was this one girl that she like, I feel like nobody really liked her, if that makes sense. Like I remember she was odd, but like she wasn't like, and odd in the sense that like le valían, like she never like combed her hair. She had like 1,000 cats, I swear. Like, and so like, but she was really nice. And then I remember like they wouldn't bully her, but people would like not incorporate her and stuff. And you could tell. And then I don't know why or somehow, but like I always said hi to this girl and everything. Like someone mentioned that she had a list, that she put lists on there. I was like, what the hell? Like that was the first time I ever like realized, like, dang, like kids can be cruel.
We actually, now that you're saying that, like, it triggered a memory too of high school here. So, I went to Hillcrest or whatever. Y ese año, when we graduated, I had heard that like all the graduations they would do outside. And this year there was a kid that was in my class. So he would have graduated, or I mean, I don't know if he did graduate or not. I don't know. But he was supposed to graduate with us too. Y según, there was like rumors too that he had a list. Según. So because of that, the school decided we're going to have the graduation indoors in the gym or whatever. Like, and at that time, I mean, it was before they built the nicer whatever. So we were all like just kind of packed in the gym. And I'm like, that's wild, But I mean, again, it was rumors. I don't remember if something ever happened, if they went through the kids' stuff, no sé, or or was it just other kids bullying? I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's funny because también my son on, was it yesterday or the day before, like after he got home and stuff, we're eating and stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, there's this kid, and I can't remember if he said he's got like a disability or something, and he's like, yeah, and this other kid was making fun of him, and like me and some of the other kids at the table were like, hey bro, that's not cool or whatever. And I was like, oh, you said that? He's like, yeah, me and the other these other guys. And I was like that makes me feel good because
Yeah.
I want them to be that kid like you see past, like, I mean, there's people that are gonna be like, odd ducks or whatever, and it's like you can't participate in bullying them. Like, just be friendly. You never know. Like we tell the kids, like, you guys never know what somebody else is going through.
Yeah.
And you guys need to realize that, like, we are blessed. We have a really good life. Like, you guys have parents that one, do have the ability to drop you off at school if we need to. Like, and you guys have food on your table. You guys have clothes, like new clothes, like pretty much anything they want. Like, usually they get, and it's like, you don't know what somebody else's life is like. So you have to remember that and be nice. Like, Michael's thing is always telling them, like, you guys need to be humble. You guys need to be, respectful and all of that.
I remember having a friend in school that, like, you would see his life and he was like, this kid, like, has it all. He had, like, his parents lived in the hills. He always had, like, the newest clothes. Everybody was his friend. And then he jumped off the bridge a couple years ago in Twin Falls.
Stop.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, you would never think. Like,
Es que, I mean, el dinero no es todo, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe his parents were giving him everything but giving him attention.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like, that's like one of those, like, he was in sports. Like, everybody knew him.
Yeah.
He had friends. Like, and you're like, what the heck? Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people have passed away that we went to school with. Like, a lot.
Really?
Yeah, like, I remember, like, a lot. You're like, bro, what the fuck? Like, these people are not going to make even to 30.
Mental illness is a bitch, dude.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn. But, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you mentioned before, it does have to do a lot how you were raised because, like, I mean, my parents were never around because they're always working, but still, like, even in those moments, like, I feared my parents. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, there was always still, like, a level of, like, you know what, I better just mind my own business, do what I'm told. And then, because, I mean, I still feared them. And I think that had a lot to do with how I turned out. Because even in high school, I could have gone haywire. But,
right.
like, there's always, like, oh, fuck, my parents are going to come and beat my ass or something like that. And even, like, my little brother, like, he has so much, like, liberty. He can do anything he wants. He still has that, like, level of respect because he sees everybody else. Like you mentioned, you go to someone's house.
Yeah.
And you respect the house and you be nice to others. And I always tell my little brother, I'm like, when you're in school, be nice to everybody. Even the kid that nobody talks to.
Exactly.
Or there's always like the nerd. Because the minute you walk out of high school and school, the real world hits. Like maybe that nerd friend that you talk to might be the next millionaire. And maybe you are working with him. Or like, I noticed it a lot when I was in high school here in Hillcrest. A lot of those rich kids didn't do much with their life. It's really interesting to see like the really, really popular kids that like.
That's the thing. I think that as we get older, we realize that the people that were, and I don't want to say all of them because it's not all of them, but the majority of the people that peak in high school, that's it.
Yeah.
Like you peaked in high school and that was it. Like the rest of your life is whatever, you know? And the kids that were really into their studies and like you said, like, nerds or whatever. Yeah, at the time you're like, oh, you're a nerd or whatever. But then it's like, those are the people now that are really successful.
Yeah. It's crazy how life works. I do have I knew a couple of people that nobody would talk to them, and I would talk to them.
Yeah.
And they're like killing it in whatever they're doing. Like, damn. See, that's like, I And I see a lot of those, like I said, a lot of those like really rich white kids that were just like,
Yeah.
like you could tell that they were the popular kids. And you see them now, and you're like, bro, you haven't done anything with your life? Like, damn. But yeah. What are we at?
We're at 29.
Damn.
But also, did you also see que había, I mean, like, you know, the whole, like, Israel and stuff, but they bombed a hospital?
And I haven't kept up with.
It was in, let's see,
Let's see what he said.
in Gaza, no?
Assault turning Gaza City into ash. 1 hour ago. Escalating attacks in Gaza. Israeli military operations intensified around Gaza City, which recent airstrikes killing numerous civilians, including a woman and her child in Brgy refugee camp.
There's a wild ass video. Again, you know, take this with a grain of salt, da da da. But I saw a video where they're at the hospital. It had already been bombed. There's workers trying to like get people out, da da da, and then they hit it again.
It says here, yeah, the hospital which killed 22 people. But says UN Security Council members, excluding the U.S., are calling for Israel to refrain from expanding its military operations in Gaza amid escalating violence. Meanwhile, over 500 UN human rights officials have sent an open letter urging the UN to label the conflict as genocide. They argue a relentless civilian impact and scale of Israel's military tactics may meet the legal criteria of genocide, referring to historical proceedings. Let's see. Calls ceasefire. Gaza calls for ceasefire.
But not wild though, like to strike a hospital, like I just think the
100%.
the whole fucking thing is it's crazy. It's inhumane. Like, okay, I get it. Okay, the whole thing is Israel's trying to take over Gaza, right?
They're declaring war on Hamas, which is the terrorist group. So this is what it says. I just asked why they're fighting.
Right.
It says the current war traces back to October 7th, 2023, where Hamas led an attack on Israel in which about 1,200 people were killed, mostly civilians, and more than 240 were taken hostage. Israel responded by declaring war on Hamas, launching a large-scale airstrikes followed by the ground invasion of Gaza. The government framed this as a mission to destroy Hamas military capabilities, rescue hostages, and prevent similar attacks. Eliminate Hamas as a governing and military power in Gaza. Israel's leadership has said Gaza cannot remain under Hamas control after October 7th. Neutralize rocket and tunnel networks. Hamas and other armed groups in Gaza have launched rockets at Israel cities and tunnels under the move. Civilian impact in Gaza, UN and humanitarian. Okay, so I guess I can see what I can. I get it. I feel like Israel is just arrasando con todo.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what the other countries are not liking.
Yeah, because they're like, cálmate, way.
Yeah, they're taking it. And I feel like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But, okay, so if that happened to us, for example, let's say Russia just started arrasando con todo parejo.
Imagine, dude.
At what point do you think, even though let's say we started it, at what point do we blame ourselves for electing whoever's running? Because in this case, Hamas is running the country, what I understand. Do you think it's, well, you know what, that's a fucked up comparison because I don't think they have much power to vote who's in.
I don't think so.
But do you think, okay, besides the fact, let's say they weren't killing civilians, it was just military, do you think that would be okay? Because they're the ones that attacked Israel? But they attacked Israel killing civilians first. It's still not justified, huh?
No.
Yeah, thinking about it.
No.
It is fucked up in every way, both sides.
Also, too, like, I don't know, like, maybe I'm naive or whatever, but I feel like growing up, you think of Israel as this, like, holy place, right? And it's like, you know, like, you think of God and Jesus and, like, their roots, and that's where it all kind of started and all of that, right? And then to see what the fuck they're doing, like,
Yeah.
what?
That one
You
guy that
know?
I told you that's from, who was Israel fighting with just right now? Pakistan? No. I think it was Pakistan, no?
No, it was it Iraq?
Iran.
Iran.
Yeah.
It was Iran.
So the friend that Noel has from Iran did mention that because you know how we're allies with Israel. It says that sometimes it's a lot of back and forth, but like deep down it's like one has to attack the other. I don't know if you remember, like one has to attack the other because then this person attacked this person. Like no, they have to do it, pa que no se dejen. So other countries don't see that like, oh, they attacked them and they didn't do anything.
Kind of
And
like
like
I'm thinking of the analogy of like when you go to jail, you gotta fight the biggest one, so they know you ain't a pussy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And then because I remember asking him, was like, why don't we get involved? And like he's like, we can't lose Israel as an ally because of Israel we can control the Middle East. If that makes sense. So I understand like maybe like we see it as like we're the bigger brother and the little brother is always picking fights.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we have to turn a blind eye because like he gets in trouble a lot. Like I feel like sometimes it's like that, especially like in this case where I feel like it's getting out of hand.
yeah.
But we also need him because if not, we lose our eyes in this very dangerous area.
I don't know. I think I did see something like a long time ago of like there's a conspiracy theory of like Israel's involvement in our government y que sabe que and like for years and decades and sabe que tanto whatever. So I haven't like really looked into it, you know. I don't want to really go down that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet, yeah.
But it's like
We don't talk about conspiracy theories because Rod didn't like my last one with the Rubik's Cube. It was a joke, by the way, everybody listening. I thought it was funny, but yeah. No, I do. It's okay. So like to summarize, like what's going on according to this, like I don't know if this is Israel says is attacking Gaza to destroy Hamas' ability to threaten Israelis after October 7 massacre. Critics say that the scale and method of the campaign go far beyond self-defense and amount of collective punishment of Palestinians, which I think we can agree. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of fucked up. Let's see how many.
I think I saw somebody make a post like, ¿por qué chingados no se agarran entre putazos los?
Oh,
You know, like
talking about putazos. Did you just see what happened in Mexico? Let me see if I can pull it up. Before I I'm not gonna push off, but it says there's been 62,000 casualties in Gaza
yeah.
because of the 1,200 dead in Israel.
Well, it's crazy, right? 1,200, 1,200 people, and it's 62,000. Que no mamen.
Yeah.
Not just that, but it's like, didn't they stop trying to get like Israel made it impossible to get food across, right? So that's when I was saying like it's a famine now. People are dying like because they can't. There's no food.
Well, right now
know?
it says that Gaza asked for a ceasefire. According to this, I don't know if that's but I feel like they're like, fuck, we can't do this any longer. I bet they'll stop once Hamas decides to get out of power. But like that's so. What do you do as a country if the reason why you're in this situation is because of your leader? Do you give up your leader, or do you stand
que
by
lo
him?
maten al güey.
What that happened? Remember that happened?
You know, it's like the people need to unite. The people need to unite, and it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend or some shit like that, right? Like then people need to unite and be like, ese güey es el problema.
That happened? That happened where the people. Was it in Haiti? It was one of those islands that the people overthrew the leader.
Government.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that. It was I don't remember.
Como que I kind of, pero no me
If someone
bien.
knows, please put in the comments. Maybe we can talk about it. We can talk about it next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is crazy, and I don't know if you've seen it yet on TikTok, but so the two parties in Mexico. It said, let me read the summary. Where's the summary? It says that. Fuck. I'm trying to summarize
que
it.
la
But okay, so during the
chingada.
Senate session yesterday, also tensions boiled over between lawmakers in starting turnoff events. As in session was wrapping up, Alejandro Moreno Cárdenas, leader of the El PRI party, the opposition party,
Yeah.
confronted Senate President Gerardo Fernandez of the ruling Morena party, which is the other party in Mexico. Moreno grabbed Noreño by the arm, which escalated into shoving, pushing, and eventually a punch. Other senators joined in, resulting in a full-blown physical brawl.
Okay, so entre ellos se estaban chingando.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay for
Dude,
that.
it's crazy because there's like, I don't know if they had security because nobody looked like they were breaking them apart.
Oh
it looked
my
like more people were
gosh.
jumping in.
Yeah.
You need to see the video. I'm sure it'll pop up now that we spoke about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, the confrontation took place amid the singing of the national anthem. So this was right at the beginning.
Dang.
Make this scene of all more dramatic. Lawyers from Chile intervened, attempting to break things up, and the conflict spilled over. Okay, so when you see the video, there's going to be a guy with the 360 GoPro. I believe that's the lawyer from Chile. And he got pushed down all the way to the ground. Yeah. The dispute stemmed from tension. 3 senators have repeatedly requested the floor, but were denied.
Yeah.
Okay, when Moreno seized the moment as the session was ending, the confrontation erupted. Okay, I fucked up. This happened at the end.
Okay. Well, you had said that at first, that it
okay.
happened at the end. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And after altercation, Mr. Fernandez announced plans to convene an emergency session and propose expulsion proceedings against Moreno and 3 PRI senators involved. Moreno in turn accused the Senate president of striking first. That's crazy. Yeah, you'll have to see the video, but it does get a little heated.
But okay, that gets me thinking like back in the days, back in the days, right? Like when we're talking about like I don't know why I think of like Game of Thrones, right? When like, oh, okay, this house is beefing with this house or whatever, they send their troops out in like some field, y ahí se chingan entre ellos, right? It's like, why can't they fucking do that shit?
Yeah.
You know, why can't it just be a battlefield? Why can't it just be like, okay, the leader of this one and the leader of this one, grab your troops y chinguense entre ustedes? Why does it have to be casualties? Why does it have to be casualties? Why do your countries have to suffer if it's y'all that, you know what I mean?
Didn't we drop a nuclear bomb in a country? That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's wild.
I feel like it's hard. It's hard because
also too, the question is, okay, if we're gonna bomb somewhere, all right, why not fucking bomb where the politicians are? You know, why fucking bomb random ass place? Why fucking bomb a hospital? You know. Like, that's what's wild to me. It's like, I get that you're targeting these countries, right? And you want to make them suffer and all that. But why is it that your target, it's bringing it full circle. Yeah. Why are schools the targets? Yeah. Why are these mass shootings not happening at like government jobs? Why are they not happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're mad at something, be mad at fucking that. I mean, I'm not condoning. I'm not telling y'all to go freaking shooting and shit. But the question is like, why is it that these spots are usually where people are the most defenseless? Like, you are targeting like these small minds that are barely growing, that are barely like getting to know the world, you know, and hospitals. Like that makes no fucking sense to me. Like, people are there like fighting for their lives already or whatever it is that they're there for, but they're defenseless. Why are these the types of places?
I feel like because they're defense.
What a fucking coward for the person that's doing that, you know?
100%.
So it's like, I don't know. I think that's what like pisses me off about all this. And not just that. I think it's like I've said it in the past before, like when me and Elias get at it. at the end of the day, for me, the whole problem is that like our nation, like the United States, puts so much more interest in guns and all of that, and like celebrities and the fucking president, the mierda, and all of that. But then it's like shit like this keeps happening in our schools. Our teachers get paid garbage, and now they're having to also play security guards, put their lives in danger for our children, like I'm the type of parent that like I am so grateful for each and every one of my kids' teachers, because at the end of the day, it's almost like they're glorified babysitters.
Yeah.
And it's like I want to help them as much as I can, because like you probably haven't seen this on your feed or whatever, but I see it on my feed. Like school teachers, they have to supply their own stuff. There's no budget there's no school budget for the schools, for the like Department of School, whatever, education, to provide each class with supplies that they need. And that's why you see constantly videos of teachers being like, hey guys, I have my Amazon wish list if you guys wish to, provide. Even the teachers in of my kids or whatever, like we're getting like, oh, hey, welcome back to school, whatever. And there's a list of stuff that like, if you guys would like to, whatever. And it's like, I want to do as much as I can to help, them. But it's like, why is it on us? Why is it that there is not a big enough budget for education for our teachers to make an actual good, like we're talking about people that go and get bachelor's and master's degrees, and you're telling me that you can only make up to like 50 grand or whatever. Like that seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? Compared to like some of these bullshit ass like careers or whatever, and it's like you're making way more selling your feet pics than like that is wild, right?
It is very, it's hard to wrap your head around.
It's so hard to wrap your head around and to see the conditions of like these teachers. And that's why like I think a lot of people and these newer generations también, they're like, fuck that. So then that's when you see like there's a shortage of teachers and da-da-da-da. And it's like, well, no shit, they're only paying you $13 an hour.
Yeah.
So
we can make more at McDonald's.
No lie.
Yep. They start $19 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to deal with people's kids that are disrespectful and shit. Like, I've been seeing those videos too where teachers are like, they make funny videos of like stuff I heard today.
Yeah.
By a sixth grader or whatever. And it's like, dang, these kids are wild,
Yeah.
Got no respect. And it's like, again,
not all of them, but yeah.
Not all of them. Not all of them, like I said. But it just goes back to how are you raising your kids?
Yep.
So.
Damn, this was a good episode.
It was a good episode. See, and you were like,
No, I knew we were going to. You came up. I like it. We're going to have to. We'll have to get more deep in this. I want people to comment down below on the. What did I ask? The fuck did I ask? Oh, about I swear it was Haiti when they overthrew the government. We should talk about more stuff like that next time.
When the Haitians overthrew their government?
I'm
gonna have to look into it and stuff.
Because I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about Cuba, because I've been seeing a lot of like what's going on in Cuba. Like
Cuba and Venezuela and El Salvador, they're all wild. Dude.
Yes, we should talk about that next time. I want to talk about what El Salvador's been doing too. Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'll let you close it out because I opened it up.
Thank you so much for watching. We don't have a list today, but hopefully we'll have it next time. And thank you so much.
See you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Give it to me.